Recorded Books presents Is It Love? Carter Corp. Ryan by Eva de Curlin. Narrated by Rob Granniss, Pepper Laramie, and Lee Samuels. Preface. In the Is It Love Carter Corporation video game series, Ryan's character is central. He represents the supreme boss, both in terms of his role as CEO and founder of his company, Carter Corp., and in terms of the game. Of all the characters, he is the most mysterious and inaccessible, the one people talk about, whose aura hangs over him, but whom we are seldom given the opportunity to meet, the one whose story we're itching to read about. Ryan's story opens with a very sensual elevator scene. A scene that sets the tone. Ryan Carter is an intense man. With him, we are sure to live some extraordinary moments. In this enclosed space, suspended hundreds of meters above the ground, something strong and irresistible takes place that overwhelms the heroine's senses. Who would just surrender with abandon in the arms of a stranger? Nobody, no doubt. But this stranger is not just anyone. And fiction allows us to play along, as if he possessed a magical aura, as if he were a creature endowed with sensual powers. Ryan awakens a new kind of energy in the heroine. She lets go completely, indulging in her fantasy. So much so that one might wonder, at the end of the scene, if the whole thing happened in real life, or only in the heroine's imagination. But we can also reflect that Ryan lost control of himself, just as much as the heroine did, and that she wields as much power of attraction over him as he does over her. It is on this game of seduction and this violation of taboos that I go on to base their relationship. It occurred to me that the only way for an employee who doesn't work on the top floor to ever cross paths with the founder of the firm would be to share an elevator with him. And so, starting from this idea, in all the different Carter Corp stories, I had fun making him appear only in this very specific space. It became sort of like a running gag, to the point where the players would then ask themselves the logical question, okay, I'll take the elevator. Maybe I'll meet the handsome Ryan in there? Because yes, Ryan is handsome. I wanted him, despite his young age, to exude the charisma and confidence that leaders have. So I worked a lot on his attitude, his gestures, the tone of his voice, but also his gaze and his expressions. Ryan is mysterious, especially when it comes to his private life. It was therefore necessary to give him subtle, slight expressions that cast doubt as to what he's truly thinking. Hence, a smirk here and there, a frank but amused look in his eyes, the specific gesture of adjusting a cufflink, or even just silence. I wanted Carter to be an inaccessible character. But it was important for him to be human, and to extend beyond the usual businessman stereotypes. So yes, Ryan owns a nice car, a nice house, a luxury apartment, but most importantly, under that golden facade, he is a profoundly good and fair man. He has principles and aspirations that go far beyond greed, and sometimes his principles cause him to put himself in harm's way. He's brilliant. He is endowed with above-average intelligence, which makes him a formidable force to contend with in business, but also during discussions where he's quick with the comebacks. Ryan doesn't talk much. He gets right to the point. When he does speak, it's usually to present the solution, which he has already found while others are still looking for explanations, simply because he has already mentally analyzed the problem and worked it out all the way through. To be honest, for much of his psychological makeup, I drew my inspiration from my husband. He himself is a brilliant, good-hearted entrepreneur. He is one of those men who wake up with a new idea every day, and who, more importantly, have the
Sample complete. Ready to continue?